So this makes sense. This completely makes sense. That WNBA executives did not actually think Caitlin Clark was going to be that good. This makes sense with everything that they've done. But everything that they did up to a point was to use her eyes to push on other players. Because they actually did not think she was going to be that good. This makes sense. And if you guys disagree with what this journalist said, or not what journalist, what the WNBA executive said, subscribe. We're trying to hit 25,310 subscribers. We are uno off that right now. But you can see right here, top WNBA exec admits to unexpected Caitlin Clark Angel Reese consequence. To say that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have had a significant impact in WNBA since their arrival would be an understatement. These two superstars taking the league by storm. The WNBA's chief marketing officer. Their chief marketing officer. The quality of play coming into our league, led by Caitlin, led by an angel, okay, is being seen across all those athletes, and I'm impressed by just how seamlessly they're fitting into what I thought was going to be a tougher transition. But it's not. I think every fan is impressed, and the media is very impressed. I'm pretty sure Cook had a fairly good idea of what Reese and Clark bring to the league based on his own admission here. Even the higher ranking did not expect an impact this week. And look, Reese was the 7th pick. I don't think anyone expected Angel Reese to be this good, and fair play to her. Fair play. She's been exceptional. All this resulted in the league reaching unprecedented heights in terms of viewership. The audiences really want to connect this year. The audience we really want to connect with is the audience who love basketball or big sports moments or just a casual sports fan. And we put out performances like that on the board. It gets some interest. And Cook said in reference to Clark breaking the single game assist record on July 17th. They turn heads and say 19 assists in a 40-minute game. The W, that's incredible. These are the numbers, are like unprecedented. And I think the loyalists said, oh yeah, our games has been this good for 20 years and you just haven't been watching. What's even more amazing is Clark and Reese just getting started. And like that is, by the way, this right here is the most annoying thing. And it's not even that it's like fault. Like it's not even that it's, if it was in the context of, man, trust me, the game's always been this good. It's good to see you. It's good to see more people watching. Yeah, it's great ball. Everyone's in. And not, where were you? Where were you these last 20 years? Again, that context. If it's not a way, like this line right here could be used in a way of celebration, being like, oh man, you've missed out for years. And the funny thing is that the amount of people coming into WNBA, if a lot of the like former WNBA fans and stuff, if a lot of it was from the perspective of, oh, like, our players need to, or you should have been here for years, but look, you can learn about all the history and catch up if you're going to stay watching. Like, as like a positive encouragement and not a, well, where have you been? You're only here for Caitlin Clark. You aren't real fans, and like attacking them. Like new fans to the game have been attacked by people more than anything. And that's the problem is that this sentence right here can be used in two ways. It can be used to try encourage new watchers to go and learn about the history and get them more involved, or it can be used to attack them. Unfortunately, the latter being used to attack them has been like 95% of the time that phrase is used. But you can see here, because look, he is the chief marketing officer. Chief marketing. So for everyone wondering why Caitlin Clark, especially at the start of the year, it didn't seem like the WNBA wanted to market her, and that they were trying to market everybody else, it's very clear that they did not think she was going to be this good. And the goal of the WNBA was to use the Caitlin Clark effect to market other players. And the worst part is that even them trying to do it failed miserably. Like, it would have naturally just happened. Like, the growth of the league would have boomed A'ja Wilson because she's just better than everybody else. It didn't have to. When something grows organically, it's going to be seen more positively. And the growth of the college women's basketball in general was organic growth. The growth of the WNBA, ironically, up to this point had been organic growth. The growth with Caitlin Clark and these college players was organic growth. Trying to force players that people have no interest on onto new fans is not organic growth. But new fans coming in and then becoming fans of these players that are just in the league is organic growth. However, that being pushed on people? No. And that's, I think, where WNBA made the big problem. And I think you can see right there is that they just did not think Caitlin Clark was going to be that good. And that's a big problem. That is a big, big problem with the situation is the people saying, oh, they're just trying to use the Caitlin Clark eyes to push other people. Yeah. Yeah, they did. I think now you're at least seeing a little bit more for promotion for Caitlin Clark. However, at the same time, her not winning player of the month, I don't know what the hell that was all about. But this is not from the chief marketing officer. In fairness, he's been saying that she's way better than expected. So I'm expecting not to see too many, not anti-Caitlin Clark things, but I'm expecting to see a bit more pushing of her. And not only her, just a lot of the good young rookies. And next year. Because, like, I've said it, and that it's not that these young players are necessarily much better than the players that came before them. It's that they play a different brand of basketball. They play a more attractive brand of basketball, most of them. Like, there are athletes that can shoot, that play fast, they want to run. And you saw it with Iowa, you saw it to an extent with LSU. You've seen it at times in women's college ball. I think Paige could play that style of ball really, really well. I think as well, you've got, again, when you're looking overseas, especially the speed they play at, when Layla Lacan comes over, if Janelle Salone comes over, if Carla Leite comes over, like, these are players that play faster. We saw Julie Van Loo have to slow down playing for Washington, but we've seen her play fast for Belgium and how good she's been. And I think it's going to be a case where, again, the WNBA marketing executive, the head of marketing, chief marketing officer, you've got to realize you got to push these young players. And it's not that they're necessarily better. A'ja Wilson's still the best player in the league. They are more exciting. Whether it be more exciting on the floor or off the floor, they are as good at marketing themselves. You've got players that are super exciting on the floor. You got players like that are super exciting off the floor. These young players have marketed themselves in a way that they are celebrities as much as they're basketball players. And we saw it through college, through NIL deals, and players coming into the league, especially because the more exciting your game is, the more money you're going to make in NIL deals. Like, if you're just an effective basketball player, you're not going to make stupid money in NIL. But if you are an exciting player, you are. So all these players now, and on the men, I think on the men's side, it's going to actually be probably a negative to the actual sport of basketball, because the sport of basketball is at an advanced level where skill-wise they can't get much better. They already play fast and stuff like that. It turns into a bit of showboating. But on the women's side, where what the sport has been missing is that little bit of flair, you're going to see through NIL and stuff like that flair players are going to earn more money before they get to the W. Colleges trying to earn money from putting butts in seats in women's game. You're going to see these players with, for lack of a better word, more sauce in the high school game, them going to college. And there are some WNBA players that I like that. You've got, like, obviously when Maureen Johannes comes back, Arike, obviously. You've got these players already there. And I think in the future, they're going to succeed even more. But the WNBA marketing executive, you got to realize you don't want to promote. Look, A'ja's the best, promote her. Stewie's the best, promote her. Sabrina's the best, one of the best, promote her. And Sabrina, again, shoots from deep. But as good as an Alyssa Thomas is, there's no need. There's no need to push heavily. As good as some of these players are, these 40-year-olds, your Brittany Griners of the world, they're not going to get people to watch. It's the young players coming through, and there's more and more of them every year.